The American public deserves some sort of choice in November, and if it means that ultimately Hillary Clinton is indicted either before or after the convention, it could result in there being no effective choice for about 60% of American voters. Because if we're seeing that there is Trump or even worse, Cruz on the Republican side, and then Bernie Sanders or an embattled Clinton on the Democrat side, where do those people who want a legitimate candidate who is more in line with the mainstream of American thinking going to go as a choice? What I've called for is a deadline of April 8th for the Attorney General to decide one way or another whether Hillary Clinton will be prosecuted, and that gives people till June 9th, the first date in North Carolina, the deadline for the independent to get on a ballot, so that then an independent could be run in all 50 states if indeed we're going to have a choice between non-viable candidates representing the parties. We have to look at the law, and the law is indicative of whether or not there will be indictment. And we know also that career attorneys and FBI officials are saying that if there's not an indictment, they are likely to resign. And so we know that there's strong enough evidence for them to feel comfortable doing that. And this outstanding question creates a lot of uncertainty for voters. So we need to have an answer. And people say that, well, we need to let justice play itself out. Well, what's the justice associated with ultimately having potentially a constitutional crisis if we've got a nominee who's under indictment, or worse, a president who is ultimately found guilty of a crime? How do we deal with that? The Attorney General has an obligation to ensure that we expedite justice here.